Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel, and welcome to those of you who are new. Please subscribe, like, comment below, all that good stuff. If there's something I can do for you, also feel free to reach out. There's a couple ways you can do that. You can do that through @POPerception on Twitter and/or in the About Me section of the YouTube page. In any event, a couple of things to look at. This is things that smart people do or leading edge people do. The first thing is they are curious about lots of things. Remember, curiosity is a important part of progress and growth, because when we're willing to learn, we're willing to grow. When we're willing to grow, we then make our own lives easier simply from this perspective of knowing how to make growth matter, to make growth count, and to get to a place where who we are is ever evolving. When we do that, we give ourselves a higher chance of being able to be successful, of being able to be smart, of being able to be kind of more balanced and more healthy and just smarter, healthier, and overall a better quality of life can be had. The next thing is they're adaptable. Look, life changes and so do we. And so when we begin to understand the value of changing life in a way that makes sense, of understanding how to allow life to change, we then begin to understand the value of doing that in a manner that makes perfect sense. So hopefully that leads to a decent and healthy and more balanced approach to daily living. Adaptability also gives us more chance of meeting the needs of people that matter in our lives, because we can be flexible with how we help others, how we learn from them. Showing empathy and concern and care and consideration and compassion for other people is something that smart people do, because obviously if a person doesn't feel you care about them, they're less likely to be helpful to you in the future. So being able to be empathetic and show care, concern, consideration, and just overall kindness can be a huge difference maker in building relationships, in building rapport, in having relationships that matter more, and ultimately lead to a meaningful space to be. Next thing is learning. When we learn, we grow. When we grow, we go. And that ultimately becomes valuable in a number of ways. So it's valuable to know how to get to a meaningful place. It's valuable to know how to learn new skills, new mindset, new ability to love people well, to know how to serve each other, to continue to be uh, present moment minded, to continue to be intelligent, to know how to do all those things that kind of make a person ready to lead, ready to know, ready to understand, ready to grow, and also knowing how to do what we need in a way that makes sense for us and for anyone we're trying to help or serve. Next thing is knowing yourself. Know what your limits are, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your blind spots, or at least acknowledge that you have some, even if you haven't learned what they are yet. Understanding that you have blind spots and understanding that they can be exploited, and often are, is valuable to being able to engage in the act of emotional self-protection. When you're able to protect yourself, you don't end up in nearly as many negative situations. When you're able to protect yourself, you're also more able to make intelligent decisions, and you're more able to kind of have a balanced approach to growth and development. Look, growth is necessary in a number of ways. People that are willing to grow continually are also able to have better qualities of life. There's always something to learn, there's always a new perspective to gain, and just because you understand something doesn't mean you have to agree with it. And people often get caught up in that quite a bit. The idea that growing means you have to agree with something. That's not the case, never has been the case, and often in a lot of ways will never be the case. Just because you understand it, or you have an understanding of it, or can gain an understanding of whatever's in front of you, does not necessarily mean that you have to agree with it, does not mean you have to live through it vicariously or whatever have you. Hopefully, this is helpful. I encourage you, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.